Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that's watching. Today is Sunday, June 16th. And this is part three of my experience with the narcissistic, egotistical sociopath. So, okay, I told y'all about that there's no dead wife or murdered son or dead granddaughter and that there was also no cancer. Well, now let's talk about the other outlandish ish that that he told me about. So he told me about his childhood and his upbringing. He said that his mother, when he was born, he said that she was then and still is a crackhead, and that she chose drugs over him. Um, so for that reason, his grandmother um, adopted him and raised him until he was 8 years old. He said in Minden, Louisiana, because that's where he's from, Minden, Louisiana. Uh, so one day at 8 years old, he's at church, and all these braids get on my nerves. He's at church, and a guest speaker preacher is there, and the preacher looks out in the crowd, and he sees him, this young boy, uh, 8 years old. I was only 8 years old, honey. And this preacher, he looked out in the crowd and he saw me and he spoke into my life and he spoke over me. And after church, he told mother is grandmother, remember that. He told mother that he wanted me to come and live with him and his wife. Apparently, he said that him and the wife couldn't have children. So he saw so much in him that he wanted to raise this little boy he knew nothing about, had just seen in the church in Minden, Louisiana. The grandmother agreed to send her grandson that she had supposedly saved and rescued from the drug addicted mother, her daughter, and agreed to send him away to with a stranger. That sounded very bizarre to me, but I'm like, okay, maybe that's how they do things in the South. I don't know. But that's what he said. And okay, y'all, it turns out that the the preacher that he was speaking about in Detroit, that his grandmother sent him to Detroit to be raised by, was none other than the late great Bishop Rance Allen. You heard correctly. This man told me that he was raised by Bishop Rance Allen from the age of 8 to, I believe, 17. During his time in Detroit, um, he met a woman at the church. Apparently, she was supposed to be the minister of music at the church in Detroit. She was 21 years older than he was. And she started having inappropriate relations with him when he was 13. At 15, he says that he got her pregnant. and he had his first child with her, a girl. Like, how did she not go to jail? Like, why wasn't anything done about this? Like, okay, I know they might do certain things a certain way in the South, but Michigan, I don't know them to really play those types of games where, it's okay for someone to do that. He said, no, they didn't want it to get out as a scandal in the church, so they kept it quiet. And then at 17, he married the lady. Y'all. The lady I'm speaking of is who was supposed to be the wife that died from pancreatic cancer that, found out she didn't exist, okay? Not only did she not exist and didn't, this 30, however old she was at the time, supposed to be at the time, none of that happened. Are you ready for this? Are y'all ready? Come in, come closer. Y'all, the lie detector test showed that all of that was a lie. In fact, I'm told that he didn't meet Bishop Rance Allen until, I believe, 2019. And in 2019, he reached out to Bishop Allen, was saying how much of a fan he was, and he wanted to come and preach for him and wanted to join whatever organization or wherever he was. He wanted to do all of that. Promised him some stuff. It just turns out that Bishop Rance Allen was just like, he went to him, feeding him stories with, another one of his schemes. He told me he was, Rance Allen's godchild, and that's my daddy. Daddy Rance. It's just so weird and strange and delusional. Daddy Rance. So not only did he not, not only was he not raised by Bishop Rance Allen, and he didn't meet him until 2019, he wasn't fond of him, because this guy, he went and, with more fabrications and lies and promises. This is his thing. He promises people stuff. He offers things and promises people stuff. Nobody asks him for anything. He comes off like he's, this grand person. He wishes to be bigger than, I'm not even gonna say bigger than he is, but because he's not. But he wishes to be something that he's not. He's very delusional. So he had told Rance Allen he was going to get him money or something of the sort. But anyway, none of that happened. Rance Allen did not raise him. And after he did whatever lies after he told whatever lies he told, when Bishop Rance Allen died, he you can look in the obituary, but it's public. He's not mentioned in the obituary. He was not at the funeral. Speaking of the funeral, why did he show me a video of the funeral? To my, you see right there, that's me walking next to Mother Allen. It was a tall, dark, bald-headed man in a mask, but it was not him. Okay, wasn't even at the funeral. Not only was he not at the funeral, he was not even welcome to the funeral. If he would have showed up, I'm told that he would have been escorted out. So that's I'm gonna leave y'all with that. That's part 3. I'll leave you with that. Y'all stay tuned for part 4. I would like to say again, happy Father's Day to you. I don't even want to give this energy on Father's Day. Like, my daddy is gone. I'm getting ready to cook my dinner for my daddy in his remembrance, okay? In his, but yeah, go with that and stay tuned for part 4.